Victor Martinez.
Yeah, so sorry, I was changing your shit real quick.
Hey, no worries, man. We see you got the fights on in the background.
Yeah, I was watching the fight. I'm watching the fights too and shit.
What have you been doing today besides watching the fights? Like, what's on the agenda?
Today, but when I have a fight coming up, I kind of just chill. I'm just gonna do this, watch the fights, and then just hang out here.
A little bit of homework, right? Watching.
Yeah. Just enjoy the matches and just chill. And on Saturdays we usually spar, so in the morning I was doing that, and then the rest of the day we just hang out. I just pretty much like to chill.
Okay, that's what's up. And how's practice going? Is it usually one a day? You got two a days?
I usually do 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 times a day, Monday through like Friday. Yeah, once it hits Saturday, Sunday, I just train once.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy. So you go hard the weekdays and then kind of take the pedal off the gas a little bit on the weekends, huh?
On the weekends, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
That's what's up.
You have to, because fuck, it takes a toll on your body, you know.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Guys train?
Yeah, funny you asked. We grew up wrestling. That was our main sport in high school.
I didn't do wrestling in high school. I wish I would have. That's one thing that I do. I'm like, man, if I was in high school, if I could go back, I would wrestle in high school. But I didn't even have any clue what MMA was back then either. So, like, I never even thought I'd be in this position that I'm in right now. But I mean, we're here now. The first fight that I saw was Roger Huerta and Clay Guida.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh,
that was the first fight. It's crazy because Roger Huerta is from, he's not from here, but he lived here in the valley where I'm from, and he went to my high school. He wrestled at Raiders, PSJ North. Yeah, he wrestled PSJ North because I don't know how he ended up here. He ended up down here living here for a while, and he went to the same high school I went to, but not the same years. And he's older than I am, and he wrestled for that high school that I went to, and I was like, damn, that's cool. And I was watching him fight in the UFC on TV. That was the first fight I ever saw.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, since you didn't get a chance to wrestle in high school, how important do you find wrestling to be in the MMA world? Because I feel like a lot of fighters kind of brush off wrestling.
Man. So at first, I didn't really like it too much. I would, like you say, like I would just kind of like, I would just do a little bit what I have to do. And now, man, I feel like wrestling is like one of the biggest parts of MMA. And I love training it now. I'm always like, always trying to find some people to wrestle with. I train here in the Valley with Carlos Diego Fejeda.
Yes, sir.
And we wrestle all the time. And so like we understand that wrestling is like a big part of MMA, and then everything else is kind of builds around it. You know what I mean? Like, you can be a good striker, but if the guy is a good wrestler, he can hold you down. It's gonna be a long night,
Yeah,
so you gotta learn.
What happened with Francis Ngannou versus Sirigan? Yeah, Francis just took him down and he held him down there. So wrestling is definitely much needed.
9 out of 13, by the way, 9 out of 13 finishes are by knockout. Tell me that's why you got your nickname, The Brick. That has to be.
Yeah. I never knew I could do something like that, and I would just train and stuff. And then when I started winning by TKOs and knockouts and stuff, a friend of mine was like, started calling me Victor Brick, and I was like, man, I like that. It's catchy, it goes good together. And at first I didn't want it because I was like, I don't want to have to live up to that, like, now I need to win by knockout because they're calling me this or whatever. So I never really pushed it too much, but I did like how it sounded. And then, man, I just started racking them up like that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to ride with it. I'm going to go with Victor Brick. Yeah.
We like it. It definitely does fit. And let me ask you here. So we got a fight coming up February 25th.
You're fighting Jordan Leavitt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pretty big name. He just got done fighting against Paddy Pimblett. Yeah. And the first question I want to ask, man, is like, what's the story? Like, what went down? Because you guys were supposed to fight, then it got canceled, and then you're left with this 2-year layoff, and then now you get him again. Like, tell us the story.
So we were supposed to fight, and then, man, I've had like an injury with one of my knees for a long time, and I never took care of it because I didn't want to stop training. I didn't want to stop competing. and I was doing therapy on my own and stuff. And I fought a couple of times with it like that. And then getting ready for Leavitt, man, it just blew out on me. And it locked during one of the trainings up there in Fortis and in Dallas. And it just wasn't unlocking anymore. So they told me, man, you're gonna need surgery. So what happened was my meniscus tore, and it got stuck in my knee joint where it bends. So I wasn't able to extend it all, or I wasn't able to bend it all the way through it. So my knee was like halfway for like a good while, and I had to get surgery. They had to go in there and shave off the meniscus and stuff. But man, my knee feels great now. I feel like it feels better than it was before. I have no issues with it, and I'm ready to go.
Hey, have you been doing anything in like the UCPI that helped out, or is it just like other stuff?
So I mean, I live in Texas, you know, and it's kind of far for me. But I mean, I have a real good support system here, and I have people that have helped me out since the beginning of my career, like chiropractors, and there's certain doctors that have always helped me out, and my coaches out. So they really were there for me the whole time that I needed therapy, and somebody helped me look out for my knee and stuff. Man, they were with me the whole time, and to this day, I continue doing the therapy, and I continue making sure my legs are, my knees are strong and stuff, and man, I feel good right now.
That's good to hear, man, because you definitely have a big test in front of you, I would say, with Jordan Leavitt. How do you see that fight playing out between you and him?
So yeah, I mean, he is a big name. I'm not taking him lightly at all. You know, I know he brings it. But shit, bro, like I feel so good. I feel ready, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go out there and show what I can do. You know, I know he has 4 fights in the UFC. I have 0, right? So I mean, people are gonna look at me and be like, hey, "Man, who are you?" You know, like, but shit, like. I always show out. I always show up the night of the fight, and I make sure I make my statement, you know. And I'm ready. I'm ready to go February 25th. You know, I can't wait. I'm excited.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I wanted to ask you. You fought in the Contender Series, and you got that W in there. But before that, you were supposed to fight Tucker Lux. Yeah. What happened with that event? Because he's been in the UFC for a few years. So were you gonna fight straight into the UFC and not go to the Contender Series? How did that work out?
No, so with Tucker, with Tucker, it was like the whole COVID stuff. I had gotten sick. Man, it was just like everything was just falling apart for me, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'm almost there, and then like something would happen, and I'm like, fuck, all right. So and then that Tucker Lutz fight fell through, and then my coach was like, all right, well, let's just wait till my coach Safe from Dallas. He was like, let's just wait till next year, keep training, and let's get you ready for the next season. And I was like, all right, sounds good. So and then I just stayed on the sidelines, just training. I would make my trips up to Dallas, training here at home with Diego, and just trying to get better overall. And then I was getting ready, and then I got my shot with
Jacob Rosales, right?
Jacob Rosales, yes. Then I got my shot with him, and my knee wasn't all that great at that fight either, you know, but it wasn't giving me any issues. And then my knee messed up when I was getting ready for Leavitt. And I was like, damn, it's nonstop like problems, you know? So I was like, you know what, let me take care of it. And then, so I can start my UFC run good, you know, and put together right. And well, now, I mean, I feel good now.
That's good to hear, man. The reason Richard brought up the UFC PI is because we've been talking to a few fighters now, and they said that the UFC PI has been very helpful. They've been providing them a lot of supplements, a lot of good vitamins, and a lot of programs. They put them on programs. They've been giving them free food.
It's not something that they have in other organizations like LFA.
So it's definitely something that have you had the chance now that you're currently a member of the UFC to get a hold of?
Well, I haven't reached out to them, to be honest, but I do know that they do all that stuff for the fighters, because I mean, I go with Diego for his fights, and I corner him and stuff, so I get to see all that. But like I said, like we're just so far away from each other, and for me to go out there and stuff, it's kind of hard. But I do want to take advantage of all those of all that help that the UFC offers us, you know. So for sure, while I'm out there, I'm gonna try to get some more information and just get more into it out there in the PI and see what's up, you know. And maybe after this fight, I'll be able to make it out there and work with them.
Bro, you've been training so hard for this last 2 years. I bet you're hungry to get back in
you're itching to get in.
I have been, bro. Like when I got the surgery for my knee and stuff, I was like, fuck, like, am I ever gonna get back into it? You know, like this is it. Like back to back, things happen, are falling through, back to back, like, and then the whole COVID hit and everything, and also too. So, and but man, bro, like right now, I'm so motivated. I'm ready to go, and I know he is too. You know, like I mean, shit, he has 4 fights in the UFC. I know he just lost to Patty, so I know he's coming. He's coming in hungry too. I know he doesn't want to lose to a debuter. You know,
you know he has a 4-year wrestling background in high school. I know you're aware.
No, I was aware of that. I'm confident with my wrestling too. Like I didn't wrestle in high school, and I wish I would have and stuff. But man, I training up there with Damon Jackson, training up there at Fortis MMA. Like those guys are no joke when it comes to wrestling, you know. And I picked their brain enough throughout the years that I feel my wrestling is there, you know. Carlos Diego's jiu-jitsu is no joke, you know. It's one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioner, I think, all over. You know, he can compete with some of the best black belts in the world, and he has. And I'm just lucky enough to have him here in my backyard, you know. Like he literally lives right there, like not down the street from me, but he lives real close, and we train at the same gym. So
how's he doing?
He's doing good. He's anxious to get back in there too. But he told me, I'm gonna wait for you after your fight. He's like, I'm gonna focus with you. I'm gonna help you out, and then after your fight, I'm gonna start asking for mine. And I was like, all right, that's cool. So, man, he's in camp with me pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. If we were interested in getting him on the pod, how do we reach out to him?
Bro, hit him up, and I'll let him know. I'm sure he would love to do it.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know if you heard Richard, but he said maybe we can have both of you on at the same time.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, it'll be dope to do.
Yeah, that would do. That would definitely do in studio. Get a good little vibe. Talk for half an hour, an hour.
Hell yeah.
Man.
Last time you were here for the Contender Series, was that your first time in Vegas, or have you been? You come often with Diego, right?
Yeah. Shit, bro. I honestly don't even remember how many times I've gone. But because of Diego, you know. Like, because I've cornered him, like, for pretty much all his UFC fights. And I think there's only one fight that I didn't corner him was when he went to Prague because I didn't have my passport at the time. Okay. And but ever since then, I got my passport and I've been to every single fight of his.
When you're a cornerman, does the UFC pay for the flights and things like that? They do?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they give him allowance for the corners and. Like I'm saying, like there's a lot of things that that people don't really say, but the UFC does take care, like of the cornerman and all that too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, they give us an allowance for the week that we're there and stuff like that. They give us the whole gear bag and the bag full of gear and shit and all that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool experience, you know. So I feel like that's kind of like gotten me my feet wet a little bit to like I've walked out with him before already, you know, and maybe I'm not the one that's going into the cage to fight him, but I'm behind him and I see everything and I see the people, you know, the environment and the first time that it was switched around was when I fought for the Contender. Yeah, that's when I was in the front and he was behind me now, you know what I mean? So now it's gonna be again like that. And that's the kind of mindset I took into the Contender Series one. I was like, man, I've been here, you know what I mean? I've seen this already, you know, walking out with him. So I just gotta go in there, you know, and just do what I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's true. You get to see it in a different light. You get to see it more of like behind the scenes from a third person. So it does help that when you did go in the cage, that's why you weren't shy. That's why you were able to do your thing because, like you said, you were already there. You already visualized it. We've seen visualization be a big
key factor
in a lot of fighters' preparation. So that's
what's up.
That's cool to see you implement that. But Well, Victor, we're running out of time here on Zoom. Like I said, we got to get you in studio. But for now, man, it was absolute pleasure to have you.
I mean, I'm actually gonna stay an extra day after my fight, so I mean, I'm actually gonna stay an extra day out there just to hang out and chill and shit. So if you guys want to do something, let me know.
Well, man,
after I get my victory.
Yes, sir.
After Victor Briggs gets his victory, gets that W, February 25th, going down here in Vegas against Jordan Leavitt. Vic, tell the fans where and how can they follow you, support you. What social media platforms are you active on right now?
So social media, I use Facebook and Instagram. Instagram is Victor MTZ91. Facebook is just Victor Martinez. Those two are the only ones that I use. I don't really use the other social media platforms and stuff.
Well, there you have it.
Well, there you have it. Thanks again for being on the Call Out Podcast, my man. And good luck.
I appreciate y'all having me, bro. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Go get that win, February 25th.
Oh, yeah. Oh, peace.
All right, have a good one.